Hey y'all, Rick Fearless, Strokers Dallas, Strokers Ice House, Punch Wally Garage, Fearless Services. Good morning. How you doing? All right. Today is Sunday, October 13th, 2024, year of our Lord, season number 2, episode number 287. In today's show, I will talk about a tough boss. I will talk about Junior, and I will talk about hard work. Let's go. In My Life, the 366 Project, coming to you almost live from almost downtown Dallas in the powerful CHUMP studio. Today's show is brought to you by Reliable Diamond Tool. That's ready2.com, REDITOO.com. Check them out. Also brought to you by Simpson Motorcycle Helmets. If you got a $100 head, then you go ahead and wear a $100 helmet. But if your head is priceless, like mine, wear a Simpson. They are the best. We are a dealer. Strokers Dallas Merch, MERCH.com. We are also a dealer for Extreme Charge, the best battery maintenance charger on the planet. I got 50 of these going right now. They also have a quad link. So you plug this into the quad link, and the quad link has 4 leads, and you can plug it into 4 different bikes, cars, trucks, jet skis, whatever you got with the battery. You can charge 4 with that and the quad link. Today, the Mr. Peabody Wayback Machine goes back to 1976. In 1976, I went to work for Roach Paint Company. So my very first boss was a feller by the name of Bobby Smith. To this day, he is the toughest boss I ever had. But I love the guy. He called me Junior because I was 19 years old. He would say, "Junior, you outwork all these other guys. How do you do that?" And I said, I just show up and go to work. I don't know. He would say, "Junior, it's 7 o'clock. Go pull me I'd be working. He'd say, "Go pull me every time card that ain't clocked in." I'd go through there and I'd pull them time cards, and it was a wooden ramp down to the time clock. I'd hear them running down them steps. I'd be pulling them cards. "Oh no, let me punch in, I'd say, "Bobby wants me to bring these, I'd take that punch in, you better not be late no more." I'd give Bobby Smith all the time cards that weren't there. He'd put them in his pocket. He'd walk around, somebody, come in at 7:05, and then run down there, and they'd see their time card was gone, and they'd go, "Oh, good morning, Bobby. How are you, sir?" He'd just look at him. "Do you have my time card? It's not up by the time clock." He'd look at you and he'd say, "What time are you supposed to come to work?" He'd say, 7. Bobby Smith would say, "What time is it now?" "It's 7:04, Bobby." He'd look at you like you were a leper. He'd turn around, he'd spit on the ground, and he'd say, "Here's what I'm gonna do. If work ain't no more important to you..." "Oh, Bobby, there was traffic, If work ain't no more important to you than that, why don't you go home?" We work from 7 to 3:30. "Why don't you go home and call me about 3 o'clock, and I'll let you know whether I want you back or not." "Bobby, I'm already here." "You go home. You call me at 3 o'clock, and I'll let you know what your future is, if any, with this company." They'd call at 3 o'clock. If it was their first offense, he would always let them come back the next day. But I promise you, you were only late once with that guy. Because if you were late twice, he terminated you. He was tough. There was no cell phones back then, so you had this big warehouse, and he'd walk up and down the warehouse, in front of his office. And if he saw 2 people talking, he'd say, "Hey, Get his phone number. Call him tonight. Right now, you're supposed to be working. Yes, sir, Bobby. They finally fired him just because he was so tough on people. He'd send me to lunch every day down at Church's Chicken, downtown Dallas. He'd say, Junior, go get me a number 5 with the extra roll. God help me if they cooked the chicken wrong or the roll was too hard or something. He'd take it out on me. But he taught me that hard work pays off. He taught me that if you want to get somewhere, you got to work hard. Speaking of hard work, let's check that truck. Check that truck, you big old... Ooh, look at these new chucks. So these are water resistant. They're kind of a greenish gray, black and white logo, white toe, white toe, double black racing stripes, boot bottom, greenish gray shoestrings, one eye down, double knotted for safety. These are, say it with me, y'all, these are some handsome chucks. You want to check the office? Ain't got no gas in it. You know, I think about my grandpa a lot. He died when I was 21, my brother was 20. He was truly the finest man I ever knew. See, he's all dressed up there. He was a farmer, but he worked, when he retired from farming, he was the county commissioner of Beckham County. He's all dressed up there, see, so that's Sunday. We going to church. And I'd say I'm less than 11 months old there, so my brother hasn't been born yet, but he's probably pretty close. So, 2 people I love right there, my grandpa and my mama. Hi, Mom. Okay. Let's read Grandma's calendar. What was Grandma, my grandpa's wife, doing 75 years ago today? My grandma would have been about 37 years old, which is the same age as Biggin. What was Grandma doing on October 13th, 1949? It was a Thursday. Doxy's school turned out today. I guess that means they closed today. Dixie and Kenneth, that's my aunt and uncle, went to pull bowls, which we know is picking cotton. Harry will pull this evening, and I wash this evening. Can you imagine picking cotton? And Kenny and Dixie would have been about 12, 13. Sounds like tough life to me. That's that farm life, I guess. Dad joke. Whoever stole my Microsoft Office, I'll find you. You have my word. Get off the couch. The motivational minute. Tomorrow is now. Anniversary party continues today. We have the Big D Jamboree, which is the Battle of the Bands. There will be 5 bands playing today. It's going to be a great day to get out. If you're worried about the Cowboy game, it'll be on all my TVs. So you get plenty of dose of the Cowboys. All right, Rick Fearless, I got to go. I got the party to get ready for. Love you, Alice. Hey, I'll see you tomorrow.